It's an exciting night. Thank you for being here to do something that probably has not been done before. We have so many Luminary leaders in the room that we're going to turn off all the electricity and see what happens. All the cameras, everything will run on that kind of energy. So today we cut through the clamor and the chaos of what's been going on in the media these days, and we talk more clearly about what achievement is. In 1966, I was part of the Junior Achievement Program in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and they handed each of the 5,000 of us in that program back then a book that was called Achievement is My Goal. And that's very much what this is about. Achievement is our goal in this place, and when I say this place, I mean this particular building, this particular community. Achievement appears to be, based on all the great things that have happened here, appears to be running in the course of our veins. It courses through our veins. In 1966, I got that book, but 10 years earlier, Governor-elect Pritzker's family founded this community, which I thought was remarkable. They had acquired a company, a railroad company, and they also acquired a company that I was very close to, TransUnion Credit Bureau. So I was indoctrinated very heavily upon my arrival here in New York on the Pritzker's role in not only community building, but also in credit and things of that nature. But just think that 10 years earlier, Elk Grove was founded. It was a 50-50 proposition, 50% beautiful residential area, lovely place to live, and one of the best, if not the best, the mayor would correct me on that, and quite correctly so, the best business park in the nation and the largest. In many ways, Enclave reaches out around the world. This is a global mission here, starting locally and moving it globally. And leaders make organizations successful, not the other way around. Too many of us think that somebody is successful because they work for a certain organization or they are from an institution. But in fact, it's the other way around. It's the successful people who create our successful organizations. Communities, even households, are based on the success of the individual. From entrepreneurial ventures to decades-old family businesses, here at Enclave, leadership excellence is developed from the inside out, from the mind, body, and whole of each leader who gives us the privilege of listening to our voice of experience. Over 2 years ago, the mayor and the trustees voted to make this building the world's local to global learning and earning business center for entrepreneurs and their influencers, their investors, their bankers, their attorneys, the people who really influence the success of ventures, whether they are 5 months old or 50-year-old ventures. They are welcome here in terms of what this mission is all about. When we cut the ribbon here in October 2017, which was a joyous occasion, Mayor Johnson was kind to say to me something along the lines of, "Thanks for taking Elk Grove Village's message to the world." And in response, I said, it deserves to be told to the world. When you get out of the big cities that I've lived in, from New York City and in Washington, D.C., and also in Chicago, you get out into a place like Elk Grove Village where people talk with each other. People interact with each other so beautifully. And someone asked me the other day, how is it that we could possibly have the Superintendent of the Year for the United States of America, the Principal of the Year for the state, the Teacher of the Year for the state, and the Fire Chief for the year in the state? And the answer is collaboration, communication, respect. There's so much that goes on here that is so personal, because when people meet each other, I watched it tonight as people were interacting with each other, pats on the back, checking in on family matters, just making the connection that makes a village and makes the world go round, if you allow me that poetic license. But in response to the times that I answer the question, respond to the question, how did you get to Elk Grove Village? Why aren't you back in New York City, or why aren't you in the city every day? And I said, well, first of all, I'm glad to get out where I can breathe. The air out here is a lot cleaner and clearer than down in asphalt jungle. But the world needs to know about Elk Grove Village. With Brexit, if it happens or it doesn't, with Brexit coming, or with any kind of shift in the global marketplace, we have an opportunity as Elk Grove Village to say, we are here. And there isn't very much that any country in the world could possibly want that they couldn't find here or in our sister communities. And we refer to this whole area, this 12-state Midwest area, as Mid-England USA. So you have New England that does so well, we have Mid-England USA that does well, and it can do better the more the world knows who we are and what we offer. Next Wednesday here at Enclave, we're going to honor Eric Broughton, who is a charter member of Enclave. The mayor will tell you a little bit about Eric in a few minutes. We were hoping he could be here, but he is called away to Europe, and he'll be here next week, not only to be honored, but also as our speaker. So please come back. The food will be good next week as well, and we're really looking forward to it. But it gives me great pleasure to introduce the mayor who allowed the council to listen to this story, this vision that we had, and the council voted unanimously over 2 years ago to try this grand experiment. And for those of you who are new to the building, let me quickly say there are 30 different learning labs in the building. It is worth a tour. One of the most extraordinary learning labs is the Craig B. Johnson Space Center on the second floor. It's the Space Center, not in Houston, it's the one in Elk Grove Village. And it's been named after our wonderful mayor. It's where we do the co-working. So when people say, well, what is this room? And I said, this is the Johnson Space Center. So it works, and Houston does not have a problem with that. We haven't had a difficulty. But please take a tour and go downstairs to the lower level where we have classrooms, even a ping pong table down there, and we're absolutely delighted to have you here with us. But without further ado, I would very much like to introduce Craig B. Johnson, the Honorable Mayor of Elk Grove Village. Johnson Space Center.
You know, when John says Space Center, people thought I was out of my mind, in outer space when I announced that we were hosting a bowl game. That's why I apologize. I'm running late tonight. I apologize. It's amazing. Some of you may not know, but Elk Grove Village is hosting actually a college football bowl game. We're a sponsor of it. The makers won at Bahamas Bowl. And I was busy. All of a sudden, everyone's jumping again on it like they did when we made the announcement. ESPN. I never heard of SB, what was that man called? That's SB Nation. They're all doing interviews today. They must have deadlines or something, so I apologize for being there. But people thought I was crazy, but you know what? It's paid off for us. That's everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's talking, and that's the thing, like John said. You want the notoriety. You want people thinking about it. It just brings a focus back to Elk Grove Village, which is the best community out there, no question. We got the best people. We're honoring them today. First off, I'm very happy. Kevin Morrison, our new Cook County Commissioner. I'm so excited that we have one from Elk Grove Village. Went to Elk Grove schools. He's a product. Let's give a big hand. Now, I'm not the only one that's going to be getting calls at 2 in the morning, Kevin, and streets aren't plowed, or not enough salt down, or if there's a tree down. I'm just going to say, call Kevin. That's a county road, not a village road. That's county. You're going to have a lot more streets now, too, because every street's going to be county when they call me. I do thank everyone. It's a great honor to be here. John's exactly right. A year ago, we started this unique, partnership between government, private business, working together, collaborating to make a better world and a better business world. And it does take help from other people. I'm not a big fan of stealing Hillary Clinton's lines, but it's right. Sometimes it takes a community working together to make people better. It also takes community working together to make a business better. And I give John credit for his innovative way of doing this. And here, we're repurposing an old bank, reusing it again. That's smart. That's good business. That's good government. It's a win-win all the way around. So we're excited about it. But today we are here to honor some very special people. We're excited. Think about it. Who would have thought from the same school, you can get the teacher of the year, the principal of the year, and the superintendent of the year, and all about the same time. You wouldn't think that's possible. But that does show you the kind of leadership, the kind of innovation, and the kind of commitment that's established here in our community. And it's proven right there. And what's great about that is they're teaching the young people of the future. We've got the best of the best educating our future leaders. Kevin, you graduated about 10 years ago?
Yes.
10 years ago from the school. And look how far he's gone. the youngest commissioner in the history of Cook County. He went through our school system. That tells you a lot. Because you got people here that are willing to think outside the box. Just like I thought outside the box when we put on a international bike race or sponsored a bowl game. You got to do that to get ahead in this world. These folks are making people think outside the box. Who would have thought a young guy like Kevin could become a Cook County commissioner from Elk Grove Village? No one would. You know, Kevin knows it too. When he first started running, that was a long shot. I mean, let's be honest. You know, Tim was there a long time. He had the whole state Illinois Republican Party. He whooped them. He whooped them. He did it. Why? Because he had a base and a foundation to make it happen. And that base and foundation starts with your education. And it starts with a teacher, a principal, and a superintendent that are the best of the best. And those are the results you get. We got a phenomenal school system here. You know, you read these stuff, crap on Facebook, don't follow it. These are the proof of what we do in our schools. Don't believe someone just upset, so they write stuff and they think they know what they're talking about. These folks live the world. They live the life. They are the ones that make it better. And that's why Elk Grove is such a great town. So on behalf of my community, Dave, Paul, Ricky, thank you. God bless you for what you've done. Thank you, make Elk Grove better. You know what's nice? Even though they're winning, they're staying here too. They haven't left us. We're not going to let them leave us. So we appreciate that. And then the other honor we get tonight is our own very own Fire Chief Rich Michael. Fire Chief of the Year for the state of Illinois. That is a phenomenal honor. Soon we're going to get the Police Chief of the Year too. And I'm serious. Because we only hire and expect the best from people. Because this village deserves nothing less than that. They set the example. Look at the people here for you today, Rich. They're here to honor you because they know what you've done. You've done a phenomenal job. And let's be honest, fire safety is probably one of the most important things you can have. They've saved my life before. They came and saved my life. They're the best, and they know what they're doing. And it comes from the leadership. The leadership sets the example. The leadership sets the way, the path to lead to it. And Rich has done that. And we're so proud to have you as our Fire Chief, Rich. We're proud of what you've done. We're proud of what you're going to be doing in the future. And we're not going to let you go either. So you're stuck here. So I'm just here today to say, first off, I welcome everyone that's here today. I thank you for your commitment to this community. You know, I'm a little prejudiced, born and raised here, and I'm going to be buried at little Elk Grove Cemetery. I got my 2 plots already bought, so I'm not leaving this area. So get that idea, guys. When I say you're not leaving, you may be here longer than you think. So I do thank John for having us here today. I do thank him for hosting this great event. And again, on behalf of Elk Grove Village, to the honorees today, and I know the gentleman that couldn't make it, think about it. Expedia bought him out. I mean, talk about big hitters. That shows you something. But I do say thank you for what you've done. Thank you for making Elk Grove a better community. And thank you for behalf of everyone in Elk Grove. God bless you.
You know, in my career is in leadership roles, which to me meant chief cook and bottle washer at some pretty fantastic companies. But the humility that comes from leadership is such a humbling experience. The notion of the buck stopping here on a daily basis. And I get to watch that with the mayor from afar, but in my conversations with so many people who are in the village, working with the village, I hear so many good things about how he instigates conversation. He's always stretching the bounds of what to think about, what's reasonable, what can a village such as Elk Grove do, not only here, but in the region, in the state, in the world. And it's just a remarkable thing to know that his background includes so many initiatives. His Elk Grove Cares program is the most pronounced right now in terms of bringing to opioid addicts and families and to employers new understanding of what's going on in that crisis. I lived through, as many of us did, the AIDS epidemic where things were not communicated very effectively at all. And a lot of people suffered because of that. And now with opioids, with the program that we have with Elk Grove Cares, thanks to the mayor and to the trustees and the commitment of the executive staff, there is no question that Elk Grove Cares is making a difference. And one of the things that the mayor did that I thought was so fascinating was the Tour of Elk Grove International Cycling Race. For 8 years he did that, which I thought was great. A residential enhancement program. He created the Abraham Lincoln National Airport Commission. Defibrillators in all squad cars are there because of the mayor's insistence. Lightning detection system across all of our parks in Elk Grove Village. His makers wanted Bahamas Bowl, even in the city. I was having my hair cut the other day, and so I mentioned Elk Grove Village. Oh, the makers wanted bowl, and I went, not bad. That's good. That's good buzz. But I also watched him raise funds to repair or to install an elevator at the VFW, and this was for disadvantaged people who are not able to get in there to dine and to collaborate over on Devon Avenue. So it's wonderful to do that. He convinced the Chevy dealer here recently to provide I think it was a Corvette, if I recall correctly, and I wanted it, but I didn't get it. So, but that was terrific. But to raise funds to raffle for community groups, Mayor Johnson convinced Centex to build a beautiful brand new 2,400 square foot home with finished basement to donate. And over again, the mayor has done some really remarkable things. So thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to call to the stage, please, the committee, the Enclave Luminary Leaders Committee, the two chiefs, and the two Doctors Morrison, if you please. And these are the gentlemen who sat with me one day and said, we need to honor this particular group. And Josh? We need to honor this particular group of people for their excellence and their luminescence. Some of you know that Enclave is known as an illuminator, a simulator, and a collider. What we're doing tonight is colliding all these brains, all these hearts, all these great things that are part of what we do here in Elk Grove Village. So without any hesitation, those of us on this committee decided that there needed to be a Luminary Leader of the Year. And we have chosen Mayor Craig B. Johnson to be our Luminary Leader. When you think of people who light up the light up the way, light up pathways and bridges, it's Mayor Johnson. So we thank you very much for everything you do to give us direction and give us your vision and your mission. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you want to, if you...
Well, thanks again. That was not expected by any means. I was told to make an opening remarks about other people and did this. Thank you very much. Again, I can't do it by myself. What I do in the village takes all the gentlemen sitting out there, two gentlemen up here, and the work of the private business too, John and the rest. It takes a team effort. So if I could be like the head cheerleader, I'll accept that award. But on behalf of the whole village, I accept this, and I thank you very much, and we appreciate it. Thank you again.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Outstanding. I am absolutely delighted to welcome another Morrison into our family. We have two, Doctors David and David Morrison, and I have a personal friend, James Kappelman, who's our alderman in the 46th Ward in the city, and James and I have known each other for quite some time, and he spoke very highly of your internship at his ward. So we speak very highly of you and would like you to make a couple remarks, please, if you would. We're so glad you're here.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, John, for allowing me to speak tonight. Congratulations to all the honorees again today, and another round of applause for the incredible mayor of Elk Grove Village. The gentleman sitting next to me was just telling me how much he hates surprises. So, but huge congratulations. It is incredible to see all the awardees, all from Elk Grove Village. And now you'll have a county commissioner to call up on the phone and yell at, who's also from Elk Grove Village. So we're in good company. Congratulations for all the great work you've done to make our city and our village a better place. I know that there's only more to come. Growing up here in Elk Grove, I was always looking forward on ways that I could help grow and improve our community. One of the reasons why I decided to run last year was because, first and foremost, I grew up with a family who owns and operates a small business. And I see that a lot of times it is our small business community that kind of gets stepped on. And I wanted to, for one, run, get elected, and make sure we're able to push policies here in the county that help our working class families do better, that help our small businesses do better, and that make it more affordable and accessible for new small businesses to grow and flourish here in our communities. And that's why I'm very lucky that over the next few years I'll be able to work with our mayor and learn from all the great work he's done in Elk Grove Village so we can bring it throughout the entirety of the 15th district and the northwest suburbs because our families deserve it. This past week on Tuesday, our board unanimously passed resolutions congratulating all the awardees. And so I have tonight, and we'll be passing out to you all resolutions congratulating and honoring you for your achievements. Thank you for helping our community and doing the great jobs that you've been doing. Thank you again.
I had the privilege about a month ago of testifying before the Cook County Board to encourage the board to have its first ever voice for small business. So it's delightful to have an advocate for that. And we had a press conference the next day, and the question was asked a few times, do you mean the county has never had an institutionalized office for small business? The answer, no, hadn't, does now, we're happy to say, which is great. So we have a few people who have to leave quickly. There are board meetings going on tonight. Did we lose David?
We lost him.
We lost David. Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh no! Because
Board
did
of
he leave
Ed
his
is waiting
medals?
on- The board is waiting on.
And are you?
I'm good for now.
You are good. Okay.
You think I'm gonna miss a chance to get up there?
No, I love it. I love it. Let me tell you what we're doing tonight. This is so different. A lot of people get up and talk about their careers and talk about the achievements. Because of the nature of this place, where we focus on the individual, the psychology, the sociology, the emotional competence of the individual, here we're saying to these winners, these achievers, these people who have really outdone themselves and have done us proud, to come up and talk about what it was like to win the award, what it means to them, what it means to others. And then we've asked our two co-founders, David and David Morrison, to offer a few words that will be of interest to all of us who are in leadership posts. Some things about some of the hidden psychology, some of the hidden aspects of what it means to win and what it means to not win. So it's going to be a remarkable few minutes, and it'll be very quick. But without further ado, I absolutely respect and admire Elk Grove High School in so many ways, from Kyle to his counterpart principal here, Principal in Twitter handle. But Paul, we're so glad you're here. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I made a joke at a graduation a couple of years ago that the actual reason I became a history teacher was that I could say whatever I wanted to. I couldn't be a stand-up comedian because people could actually get up and leave. So I needed to get a job where it was literally illegal for them to get up and leave, which is what teaching is. You can't leave, you have to. It's compulsory attendance. So as an educator, a teacher, thank you very much. As a teacher who then became an administrator, it is not a natural feeling to have, to be considered in any way remarkable. And I want to tell you that I am certainly not. And that is not false modesty. I have been put in positions where I have been able to use the skills that I have to try to take some actions to make the world a better place. The feeling that I got when I found out that I was the Illinois Principal of the Year was definitely one of awkward pride. I would be lying if I told you that I didn't want that. but I did not think it would actually occur. You know, this is the tough part about receiving any kind of recognition. I do not like the spotlight. I do not like to be the one that is being asked all the questions about things. And that is because part of the thing that I feel like has made me, the community that we work in, Dave Schuler, who unfortunately had to leave, what makes us stand out amongst school districts is the constant collaboration and the constant pushing of each other to reach better heights. So for me, to learn that this was something that was happening was honestly, at first, a shock, a total embarrassment to be traipsed through the hallways while students were traipsed out into the hallway. And you can tell which ones are really happy for you because they're clapping and smiling, and which ones are like clapping for you, and you know that. For me, I'm the guy that always looks at that one that doesn't look so darn happy, and I'm trying to figure out what can I do to get that kid to buy in more. And unfortunately, I'm looking past all of the successes sometimes and not internalizing some of that good stuff. This is something that I struggle with as a leader. I don't always know when to take that good feeling and run with it, because I'm always trying to think about what is it that we need to do better next time. That is the environment in which we work in District 214 and at Elk Grove High School and in this community. There's so much pushing of try different things, try different ideas. No joke. When I saw I think it was at Twitter that I first saw the Makers Wanted Bowl, I was on my couch at home and I just started laughing to myself and thinking, only Craig Johnson would do that. Only Craig Johnson would do that. And I loved it. I immediately forwarded the message to numerous people saying, have you seen this yet? Because as you very well know, only Craig Johnson would do this. But it's that spirit of give it a shot that this place represents, that our work represents, that made me feel like this was really a validation of that spirit of things. The idea that I have people like Kyle Burrett, who's here tonight, Associate Principal for Operations, that can come up with ideas, and I know that I can let him go. That I have people like Bob Murphy, Assistant Principal for Student Activities, that will come up with phenomenal ideas that I can just let him go. That I have people like Ricky Castro, the Illinois Teacher of the Year in 2017, that we can just let him go and do his thing. It's an empowering feeling to know that you have the ability to set other people free and know full well that they're going to make you look good, even if you didn't do anything special. That is a really special feeling. Our philosophy at Elk Grove High School is to push kids, challenge them, give them support, and give them patience. This is a three-pronged thing that I've talked about since I got to Elk Grove. Challenge, support, and patience. If you get all three of them, you will reach heights that you never really thought possible. If you have one of them without the others, something is missing and things will fall apart. If you push too hard but you don't give people what they actually need in the moment, they can't handle your challenge and they'll fall flat. If you support, but you don't really push, they might be successful, but they're not really getting anywhere new. If you expect success immediately and don't let people find it sometimes in their own ways, then they may give up and never get to that challenge endpoint that you really wanted them to in the first place. I feel like that challenge, support, patience mantra that we use at our school is also really, I think, the core essence of trying to lead other people to achieve great things. When we push them, when we help them, and when we know that it could take some time and we give them that leeway, that's what's going to get us to the next level regardless of the area. That mantra and that feeling that I try to implement with kids has been demonstrated to me by leaders that I admire. It's the kind of thing that makes me feel like I want to continue to be a better leader. And although I was not named the National Principal of the Year, I was a finalist. I was one of 3. Damn you, South Carolina. It was an amazing experience. It was an amazing opportunity to go meet people from across the country and see the many, many things that we have here in Illinois, and specifically in Elk Grove Village and District 214, that other people cannot even imagine. The partnerships that we have and the wonderful things that we get. So I could go on for a really, really long time, and I should stop because it's dangerous. I just want to thank everybody for all the partnership and all the wonderful things that this community gives. If you're not from Elk Grove Village, I want to thank you anyway for putting your mark on Elk Grove Village by being here. From the moment I got into this community 6 years ago, I felt it was extremely special. The people are so good to each other and do so much to support each other because they know that one person's success is really reflective of everybody's success, and it just feeds itself. So I agree with Mayor Johnson. It's no coincidence that this kind of thing happens. I give the credit to people like David Schuler, my superintendent, who put me in a position to get something like this. I also give credit to people like Craig Johnson, who put me in a village that has the opportunity to do things like this, things that I get to write about as what we've accomplished at our school. They can't happen without people who are willing to put us in positions to do that. And I just really appreciate all that you've done for us at the high school, and it's just a great honor to be here tonight with everybody. Thank you.